Hello friends, welcome back to Online Math Up. So we have this interesting equation right here to solve. And then, of course, if you can solve this, just pause the video and then try to see if you can solve the question. And afterwards, come back to the video and see whether your solution and the one we're going to be solving here is the same. Having said that, if you are new to our channel, do well to like this video and subscribe to our channel. That's actually a cool way to support what we are doing right here. And then we're going to dive right into this video. So m power 2 minus m power 3 is equal to 18. So this is m power 2 minus m power 3. And then I can actually write this 18 as 64 plus 16. Write this 64 here as 2 power 6. Okay. And then I will write this one here as 2 power 4. So moving on, I can actually write this 2 power 6 here as 4 power 3. Okay. And then I can write this as 4 power 2. 4 power 2 is actually 16, and then 4 power 3 is 64. Next, I'll group them. So the ones I have power 2, I bring them to one side. So if this one comes over here, I will have m power 2 minus 4 power 2. Okay, minus m power 3 minus this 4 power 3. So this is what I have over here. So since I've put this parenthesis, I'll change this to plus. Okay, so that of course when I open the bracket, I'm actually going to be having a minus. Okay, so let me remind you of some algebraic identities which I am actually going to be using. So you note the following. Now, if you have a power 2 minus b power 2, this is the difference of two squares. You can actually expand this as a plus b and then multiply by a minus b. Okay, and then when you also have similar expression this way, let's say a power 3 plus b power 3, you can expand this to be a plus b and then multiply by a power 2 minus ab and then plus b power 2. So this is the rule I am going to be using to expand these two brackets. So if I expand the first one, what I'm going to be having is m plus 4 and then multiply by m minus 4. Okay, so expanding the second bracket, I'll be having m plus 4 into m squared minus 4m, okay, plus 4 squared, which is 16. So this is what I have, and this is still equal to 0. So obviously you can see that they have got some common terms. So this m plus 4 here is common, so I'll factor that out. And then if I bring that out, m minus 4 remains here. Let me write this. This is m minus 4. And then if I factor m plus 4 out here, this one will remain m power 2 minus 4m plus 16. Okay, and this whole thing is equal to 0. So moving on, I will simplify this stuff that I have in the bracket. M plus 4 into, so this is m minus 4. If I open this bracket, I'm going to be having minus m squared minus, or this minus times minus is plus 4m and then minus 16. Okay, and this is equal to 0. So using the zero product rule, this is actually going to imply that m plus 4 is equal to 0. Or if I simplify this one over here, I will have minus m squared, m plus this 4m here will give me 5m, and then minus 4 here minus 16 here will be minus 20. Okay, is either this is equal to 0 or this term will also be equal to 0. And of course, if this one happens, m will be equal to minus 4, and this will be the first solution to this problem. So what I'm going to do next is just to go ahead to solve this so that I will obtain the remaining two values of m. Okay, but if you watch very well, this is a quadratic equation, and I can just first use minus 1 to multiply it through, so that this will change to m squared minus 5m plus 20 is equal to 0. Okay, and obviously we can extract a here, which is the coefficient of m, and we can also extract b here and also c, so that we apply the formula method of solving a quadratic equation to solve this. Okay, so continue from here. This is m squared minus 5m plus 20 is equal to 0. And of course, our a will be equal to 1, which is coefficient of m squared. And then b will be equal to minus 5, which is the coefficient of m. And c will be equal to 20, which is a constant value there. So that eventually, putting all of these terms in the formula method, m is minus b plus or minus the square root of 4, the square root of b squared rather, b squared minus 4 ac, all of this divided by 2 times a. So m is now equal to minus into minus 5 plus or minus the square root of minus 5 power 2 minus 4 times 1 times 20. Okay, and all of these is still divided by 2 times 1, which is equal to 2. So let me still put it. Okay, now moving on, minus times minus is plus. 5 plus or minus 5 squared is 25 minus 4 times 1 times 20 is 18. Okay, and all of this is still divided by 2 times 1 is 2. Eventually, m is equal to 5 plus or minus the square root of 25 minus 80 will be minus 55, and then divided by 2. Okay, so I can actually simplify this minus 55 over here. So I'm going to be simplifying that as root 55 times minus 1. Okay, which of course when I expand that, I'm going to be having 5 plus or minus root 55 times root minus 1, all divided by 2. So that what I now have is 5 plus or minus root 55, and root minus 1 is actually the complex value I, and then divided by 2. So if I bring them together over here, I'm having that m is now equal to 5 plus or minus root 55 I. So, and then of course divided by 2. So that when I simplify them, when I split them up, let me call these m2. If the first one we got will be m1, so this is m1. So this one is m1. Okay. Then this is m2 will now be equal to 5 plus root 55I, divided by 2, or M3 will be 5 plus 5 minus 5 minus root 55I divided by 2. Okay. And then of course our M1 will just equal to minus 4. So these are the values of M which we've got. So because these ones are complex numbers, because of these I over, so these are complex values, okay, complex numbers. So what I'm going to do is, and of course this one is real number. So what I will do next is actually to confirm that this real number satisfies the problem we just solved. And the problem is just m power 2 minus m power 3 is equal to 80. Okay, so we want to find out whether m equal to minus 4 will satisfy. So this is minus 4 power 2 minus 4 power 3. Would this be equal to 80? And obviously minus 4 power 2 is 16 minus 4 power 3 will be minus 64. Will this be equal to 8? And obviously this is 16 plus 64. And then is this equal to 8? 16 plus 64 is really equal to 8. So that shows that this real number minus 4 satisfies the problem we just solved. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, like this video, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye.